Hi SheerLuxe Middle East, I'm Sarah Sequeira. I am a makeup artist and content creator based in Dubai. On this week's beauty school, we're going to talk about how to create the perfect smoky eye. So for today's smoky eye, I'm opting for a more brown bronzy smoky eye. I just feel like that's more on trend. So step one is always prepping the eye. Your eyeshadow is not going to blend or stay in place or look creaseless if you do not have a primer put down. I really like using creamy eyeshadows as bases because they usually tend to be waterproof and you can blend powder products quite easily over them. I'm using the About Face. This is their fluid eye paint in the shade Smell Before Rain. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out, and I prefer to use a tinted eye base simply because it just gets rid of any discoloration that's there on my eyelid. I feel like a lot of people struggle to create a smoky eye because they're really worried about the amount of fallout they're going to get when they try to achieve a smoky look, which is why I prefer to use cream shadow sticks or creamy eyeshadows to start with. I'm going to go in with the Nude Stick Magnetic Luminous Eye Color. This is in the shade Rustic Grotto, and this pencil just glides on the eyes so well. We're then going to go in with a blending brush and just softly blend out the edges. And you can instantly see that we've got a bit of color on the eyelids. We have a bit of definition around the crease area. Literally one product to create that smoky eye. I'm going to go in the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. This is one of my favorite palettes to go to create any eye look, especially smoky eye looks because they're all matte. So I'm just going to go in with this color right here, which is a really pretty medium brown. This shadow is being placed right where my cream shadow ends. I'm not going all the way up to my brow bone. You want to be very intentional with placing your eyeshadow when it comes to your smoky eyes. Now we're going to go ahead and add a bit more shimmer. So I'm just going to use this little shadow by Pat McGrath. This is the Blitz Astral Quad in Ritual Rose. I really love this bronzy brown shadow because all of the shimmers are still quite bronzy and brown. There are no like specks of light gold or champagne running through it. When it comes to shimmers, specifically shimmers like this, I just feel like you get so much more pigment with your fingers. So this is literally gonna go on the eyelid. Again, we're not going up here at all. This is all situated right on the eyelid. So just take your time and build that intensity to your liking. Once I feel like I've packed enough shimmer, I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I used to create that transition with, and I'm simply just going to go around the edges and softly blend that out. For me, I like to use the black in my smoky eye, literally just by the lash line. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Gel Liner. This is my favorite black liner pencil. I just find it to be super intense. I'm going to go quite thin in the inner corners, and it's going to be a little bit thicker in the outer corners, but again, it's not perfect. I'm just going to use a flat shader brush and start blending it out. Now, before that pencil sets, I want to go ahead, take a black eyeshadow. This should be a matte black shadow because again, you're building depth. Whenever you want to add more openness, that's when you use shimmers. When you're trying to build depth, you want to stick to using matte textures. And I'm simply going to place this over the Rare Beauty pencil. I'm going to go back in with the gel liner and simply tight line the top lash line. We're now going to go ahead and curl our lashes. I really like to close my eyelids when I'm curling my lashes. This way I get a lot more tension and a lot more lift. So I'm going to be using the Lancome Idole to start with. I love the curved wand because it really helps to push the lashes up. So once they're lifted, I'm going to go ahead and add a bit more depth and length to them. For this, I really love the Say. This is their, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the Say mascara, and I love it because it's got this teeth. So any mascara wands that have this tiny teeth are just going to help with separation and length. I'm going to quickly show you how we have hardly any fallout under the eyes right now. I'm just going to wipe that there. There's hardly any fallout there. So if you're a beginner or if you're someone that struggles to create smoky eyes because your fear is that you're just going to end up with loads of fallout, this is a great little way to do it. Now that I've finished the rest of my makeup, we're going to go ahead and smoke out the bottom. So we're going to repeat all of the steps and products that we used on the eyelid down at the bottom. So we're going to start with the Nude Sticks pencil in Rustic Grotto. And I'm just going to apply this really close to my lashes. Then using a fluffy shader brush to softly blend that out. Going back in with a medium shade in the Makeup by Mario palette to create that transition at the bottom too. Going in with the Rare Beauty gel liner. This is going to go in my waterline. I'm also going to close my eyelid and re-intensify the tight lining that we did at the top. Go back in with a shader brush and blend that out. I'm going to finish the eyes off with a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Say one because I like how separating it is. And that is how you create a smoky eye with minimal product, minimal fallout, something that's super quick and easy and is great for beginners too. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you soon.